evaluator. Bruce, I really enjoyed your story. Now, you told me in the email that what you wanted me to look at in your speech when I evaluated it was how you integrated the pictures you used with your speech itself, because you were not using a PowerPoint on a computer, you're using something called Keynote on your iPhone. So that was something I was focused on, but also I was focused on how you gave your speech. You had very good choice of words in your speech, good flow. The pronunciation was easy to hear. You had ups and downs in your speech, just like a boat floating through water, really. And you had a good opening and transitioned into stories in your speech. Now, I want to say that I had one story. You mentioned one thing about losing things or being lost or can't get back somewhere. You forgot to mention, well, maybe it didn't ever happen to you, but it did happen to me up in Desolation Sound. We lost our propeller off the boat, which Desolation Sound's in the middle of nowhere. What do? You call the Canadian Coast Guard. Okay. But your speech was entertaining. I love the pictures. It was a nice flow. I have to give you an A+ on the way you use your slides. Now, I have 2 points perhaps where I think you might be able to improve your speech a little bit. Although you had a good opening, you did talk about a little bit what you were going to talk about, but you didn't tell us, give me a flow. I didn't have a feeling where you were going to go with your speech. So I would start out with your speech with some points where you were going to start sailing and where you might end up. Now let's get to your conclusion, because the other point I wanted to mention, I was a little lost on your conclusion, and although it might have been a good quotation, I had trouble fitting it into the text of your speech. So I suggest the two things that you can have a choice of doing. One is take that as you roll into the end of your speech, change the tone of your speech so it comes back to what your quotation really means, then end with that quotation. Then it's more dynamic. The second idea is just to refer back to the beginning of your speech about sailing and the things that are important about sailing. And that would give us an idea that sailing is fun. Yes, sailing has its up and downs, it has its scary points, it has its pleasures, it says its nice things too. You did a good job with the pictures. That was your goal today. A+ on that, Bruce. Thank you very much for that entertaining speech. I want to come up there and go sailing with you sometime. Let's do that.